think I'll follow you, man. Whatever you got planned, I'll just follow you back.
All right, great.
Yes.
Well, let's see what kind of machines they have here.
Okay, yeah, I'm the same way. I gotta take a look around. I think they have some plate loaded stuff over here.
You can check the plate loaded stuff too.
Okay.
You like to start with what?
With a pull down variation. So usually a one pull down, like as a ratio, I like to do one pull down and like 2 or 3 rows, because it's the back thickness where it's all about. But the pull down is nice to warm up with, and it targets the lats, the width. But for me personally, the width is already there, and the thickness can always be increased. So.
Yeah, this dude's wide at the house. Okay, let me go learn something.
I need it.
I could probably add a plate on the first bit, and then I kind of make the jump smaller.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what I'll get up to on this, but.
Me neither. That was a question after the show also.
Normally 2 per exercise.
Yeah, especially right after the show, right?
Yeah. I might get up to 3 on some things.
Yeah, if it feels
but
good.
That's about it, yeah.
Yeah. Me the same.
Same thing? Okay.
Deep in the off season I might do 4, but then I actually skip a movement to be able to do more working sets for the movements I truly feel very well.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you're like, okay, should I do another movement? But why? Why not stick to a few movements?
Yeah.
Because next week you can do other movements anyway. You don't have to do everything into one workout.
Well, how many exercises do you typically do?
Well, for back, back is then a little more, because it's a bigger muscle.
Yeah.
So, but usually 1 pull down.
Okay.
And like before the show, I only did 2 rows, and then like a pull over, and that's it.
Okay.
But in the off season, I might do 1 extra row. But if I would do 4 working sets each, I would skip one of those movements entirely.
Okay.
So that because it's no use to do like 24 plus working sets per workout. I mean,
that's why, yeah.
If only you can recover from it, you could do it. But in my opinion,
do you do anything for your erectors or no?
Not directly.
Okay.
Usually,
but I imagine you probably do one of those rows or like a free weight row.
Yeah, in the off season, I'll like, for example, a free T-bar row,
and
for example.
Work your erectors a bit.
Yeah, but also like a seated row. If you stay straight, some people go all the way like this and all the way like this. But if you stay isometrically straight, then you also train them very well without risking the lower back. And also, like even on a chest supported movement, if you do this and then go all the way back as well, you could also train the erectors.
Okay.
Because and I don't do any kind of rack pulls or deadlifts anymore. It's too. I have like the lower back itself is strong muscle-wise, but not connective tissue-wise. Because every time I go heavy on it, with like a leverage pull, like a deadlift or something, it just messes up after a few months.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and then you're out of the game for weeks.
Yeah.
Like you can't give your 100%. That sucks.
Yeah.
This one gets heavy quick.
Yeah. Oh no. That's cool.
But the nice thing is that gym, I won my pro card when there were only 3 weights.
Wow.
So only dumbbells, only barbells, only a pull-up bar. So that's where I always like to tell that story when people are
complaining about equipment and stuff.
Yeah, look at all those machines. Of course, it's very nice to have, but even if it's not here, you can still achieve an incredible physique. Like in the golden era days, like Arnold and all those guys, they also most of the time train with 3 weights.
Yeah.
Like that's how you can create such a physique already. So you should believe in yourself. When you don't have a lot of equipment at home, if you don't have the luxury, you can still create something incredible.
I love it, man.
Wah. Woo. Nice. Come on. Awesome.
Really good for business.
I actually won my pro card with 70s conditioning, and that's when I was like, okay, they're actually gonna go for this route until I got to the Olympia, and then I was blasted off stage. You're not conditioned enough. The judges literally told me, you got everything, but you just gotta be shredded. That's what they told me. And that's what I've been trying to do year after year.
Well, dude, I gotta say, man, this year you were fucking shredded, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
I saw you backstage doing this, and it was just like, I was like, holy shit. You know?
I like, finally, it happened on the show day that the conditioning lasted.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm very dry like a week out, but then I'm too stringy to stand out on stage. That's what happened last year. I was 11th, and I was standing next to like Mr. Classic Physique. The other guy with
what's his name, Laura Jones.
Yeah, I was standing in between those guys.
The two most buffly motherfuckers.
Yeah, the two most buff, tall guys, and I didn't have any stand-up points anymore. I'm not tall next to them, and their shoulders and biceps are like this. I'm like, okay, I'm finally conditioned, but I don't have the fullness anymore to compete with. So they put me right after those guys in terms of placing.
Okay.
So I knew I needed more fullness. So it was always a challenge to bring both at the same time. Because normally they say you gotta choose either conditioning or fullness. But yeah,
I think we had a pretty good balance of both.
Yeah, it's about the balance.
Yeah.
What works for your own physique. But what we told about with the training, like if you handle your training with those working sets, keep the weight high, you will actually retain that fullness all the way until the show by doing actually less work in the gym. And that's really what's been the secret for my physique until this Olympia, basically.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think
low
row would be nice.
Okay. Low row.
Come on. Nice.
They call it a rotary upper back movement. Basically, instead of like a normal row where it's just the line of pull is straight, this one actually arcs out like this. It's pretty neat. So the cool thing is your muscles doesn't go straight back. They actually pull this way. So when it comes out and then back around, it actually gives your muscles a little bit better line of pull. You know?
And it stretches it out also around the spine instead of straight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it stretches it out very nicely.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. pullover to finish the back.
That sounds good to me. What do you normally use like for an attachment? Because you're a bit wider, man. I would imagine like a normal rope, you're kind of like bunched in, you know?
I
I
actually use something like this often as well.
Better, yeah.
And then like shoulder width.
Yeah.
Because then I'm able to feel the stretch a lot better, but also I'm able to really get into the contraction.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose a rope,
I feel like it's way too narrow for you. Yeah.
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 And it doesn't feel as natural as this.
Okay.
And for me, the pullover is more for achieving a good stretch because we're already now nicely pumped up from all the work.
Yeah.
It's the last back isolation movement, so really getting very good stretches. Yeah,
It's important.
feels good.
Okay.
Come on.
We'll do 2 movements then, or maybe just 2 movements. We'll do a preacher curl, and you can do preacher and concentration. I'll do preacher and I'll do a dumbbell because I don't look cool doing concentrations. I want to get a good photo of me doing like a standing curl.
Sure.
Okay.